Okay, so from here you have seen that 55 minus 10 is 45, so it's 45. Let's do for Q. What is Q? The highest limit is 90 and the lowest limit is 60. Okay. 60 we just calculated, it's 55. So let's see where 90 is. This is 80, so mid is 90. So let's see where 90 is going. Here. $75. Okay. So 75 minus 55. 75 minus 55 is 20. So my Q is actually equals to 20. Let's see. Okay, this is given. So we just needed to calculate P and Q and it's calculated. Okay. Part B, Q is equals to 20. Okay. Part C. Use the values from the table to estimate the mean and standard deviation of the weights. Okay. Mean and standard deviation, you can use calculators to solve it and it's very easy. But one very important point to make over here, which is that whenever they ask you to calculate the mean or standard deviation, and something like this is given like 0 to 30, 30, like no fixed value is one value is given. You need to calculate the midpoints first. Okay. So let me make a table. Let X be the midpoint. Okay. Midpoint is X. So what will be the midpoint of 0 and 30? It will be 0 plus 30 divided by 2. So 0 plus 30 divided by 2 is 15. Midpoint of 0 and 30 is 15. What will be the midpoint of 60 plus 30 is 90. 9 divided by 2 is 45. Okay. 90 plus 60 is 150. 150 by 2 is 75. 90 plus 120 is 210 and 210 divided by 2 is actually equals to 105. Now this is my table. Okay. My midpoint is given. My frequencies are given. I'll just input it into my calculator. In your calculator, just go to your stats option and just fill the table. This is my stat option and I'll edit my lists as well. Okay, how I will edit it? In list 1, which I have marked as my x-axis, just write 15. $45, your midpoints, okay? 75, 105, and nothing. Okay. And in list 2, I will enter the frequencies. Okay? The frequencies, which is 10, 45, 20, and 5. So this is how your lists will look like. My list is updated. My x-axis, which is the weight in gram, midpoint is list 1, whereas my frequency is my list 2. Okay, now I will calculate my standard deviation and my mean. I'll click the stat button again and I'll click calculate. Since I have only one variable, from one variable I means that there is only one variable I am solving. It's not x, y, and frequency. It's only one variable statistic, so I'll click 1. My list 1 is actually my x-axis. In your Casio calculators, just check that your list 1 should be your x value. Just a minute. Your frequency list should be your list 2. Okay. So So my list 2 is actually my frequency and my list 1 is actually my midpoints. Now calculate. Okay. My mean is this part, which is 52.5. This part. See. My mean is 52.5 and my variance is 22 point, oh sorry, my standard deviation is 22.5. Standard deviation. Okay, it's simple. Just plug into your calculators and you will get the mean and your standard deviations. Let's do the next part. Okay. Assume that the weights of these rats are normally distributed with the mean and standard deviation estimated in part C. Okay, so mean and standard deviation is given. They are asking you to find the percentage of rats that weigh 70 grams or less. Okay, 70 grams or less. The weight should be less than or equal to 70. Where is 70? This is 70. Right? In your gram, this is 70. They want to know the rats, which are number of rats which are less than, their weight is less than 70. Let's see where 70 is and how many rats are there with weight equals to 70. It is 65. So 65 rats are actually having a weight less than or equals to 70. Basically my 65 rats. But in the question they are asking you find the percentage of rats that weighs 70 grams or less. So in order to find the percentage, I'll do is, how many total rats are there? Total are 80. So 65 divided by 80 multiplied by 100. And this will give you your solution, which is it's